So we're just waking up. I just gave my dogs breakfast. That's how you know I'm a good dad to them, because I feed them before even feeding myself. And, recently I've kept my breakfast extremely light, and it has nothing to do with fasting per se. I just enjoy going and having that comfort. I don't want to experience any discomfort with my training, as I've basically been waking up every morning. I take care of a couple of errands and stuff, and taking care of the animals and everything. And then it's always, straight to the gym from there. I don't know where my motivation has came from towards going in the morning. I've just found that when I take care of it earlier, rather than later in the day, I don't find myself extremely antsy, and I don't have a temperament at all, as long as I get my training out of the way. If I have to wake up and there's something I have to do, where I have to go to the gym in the evening, I'm constantly looking forward to that workout. I'm constantly thinking about that session. So it's weird. Even last night, I had, trouble falling asleep just because I had thoughts about today's workout and, what am I going to do? Which gym am I going to go to? Am I working with barbells, dumbbells today in today's chest session? What are my goals? What are my ambitions for the session itself? And so I grabbed my iPad, I got into my notes that are synced with my iPhone, and I just sat there for a handful of minutes and I wrote down all of my thoughts. I wrote out my workout, and I run into that from time to time. So I have the majority of what I'm going to do today planned out. Of course, when I get to the gym, things could change. A lot of alterations can occur. But for the most part, today should be a pretty intense session. So I'm going to get myself breakfast. I've been doing the same thing now for the past several weeks. Ultimately, just an energy source, whether it's cereal, oatmeal, maybe some leftover pasta or something. And then I've been doing a protein shake rather than an actual food stuff for my protein intake in the morning. Just a simple shake. I don't even mix my shake with milk, because if I have a bowl of cereal, that'll be overload for me. That will be way too much milk. I'll be bloated throughout my workout, and that's not something that I want, because I'm relatively lactose intolerant. I mean, everybody is, but in my case, it's pretty bad, and I don't want to be dealing with that throughout the day. So I'll get myself breakfast and check in with you guys in a minute. So today is going to be interesting. I've got my chest workout all planned out, and obviously chest is a body part most people look forward to. I'm definitely one of those people, and I don't know, it's going to be very demanding. Today is a very heavy day where I'm sticking between 6 and 8 reps, mass building rep ranges, a lot of free weight movements, and a lot of volume. So in order to prepare myself, there's a lot of different things I do. Of course, going and watching a lot of videos on YouTube, that's always motivating, whether it's, guys my age or classic bodybuilders. That's one means of motivating myself. Another important thing and another important tool that I'll use is, of course, music in the gym. And it's weird because recently, a couple of days over the past few weeks, music has been almost a distraction. For me to have my iPod Touch, my Generation 1 iPod Touch, scrolling through, looking for music. It's difficult because there's days where I overly rely on my music. And when I do that, I expect the music to psych me up in the set. And it can be detrimental, because how can you depend on the same songs over and over again to do the same thing, to bring you to that same place mentally before you enter a really heavy set, or before you go to hit a PR or attempt to hit a PR. You can't be so overly dependent, because you run into problems when it becomes repetitive. And everything has a limitation. All good things come to an end. And I find that like listening to that same song that may motivate you one day will actually take away from your session the next. So it's weird. It's been a few days since I've listened to music, so I have a feeling that I'll be motivated today, having headphones in for the first time in a handful of days. In terms of like what I do to psych myself up before a set, what I think about, it always changes. Like it's dependent on the day, and it's dependent on my mood. And that's what I find to be like so fascinating about, just the emotional aspect of the weightlifting. No matter what race you are, what ethnicity, what your beliefs are, all of us as human beings, we feel emotions. We all have feelings. We all have scenarios and situations in our life that have impacted us. And, it becomes a tool to be able to call upon some of those emotions. Obviously, you have days where you're happy, you're excited to go to the gym, you go and you want to work out and train with friends, you want to try to attempt PRs, and you're in a really good mood, you're moving fast, listening to happy music. There's days where you're in airplane mode, where you're just going through the motions. You get to the gym and you look at your phone or you read your program and you just go through the motions. And there's no real rawness to it. You just are in airplane mode. I love calling it that because I have days like that where it's like, all right, 3 sets of 10 on the bench press. Let's get it over with. Get under the weight, you press it. And it's like it never happened. There's no real feeling to it. It's just a routine. It's just work, busy work. And there's also days where, you experience sadness and you go to the gym. And for me personally, I try to take advantage of that by turning on instrumentals, not listening to music at all, and finding a rhythm within myself and, creating something. Like with each set, creating something and experiencing each set in a different way than I would if I were like going in airplane mode or if I was angry. And that's another emotion, like anger, lifting angry. There's guys that go to the gym and they try to make themselves angry every single time, which is a tool you can use, but once again, I find that you'll plateau extremely quick. If you're dependent on making yourself angry, listening to heavy metal every workout, or like, having someone slap your back every session, that's going to get old really quick, and that's taxing. Like using anger in your sets can become taxing. It becomes tiresome when you do it over time. And that's like guys with like girl trouble, people with financial trouble, people with like stupid things that happen to them throughout the day that piss them off. That's when people usually resort to like angry lifting, and you have to be careful because you can become very reckless when you're angry and when you're lifting. So there's a difference between the emotion of anger though and what I would call a rage. Lifting with a rage or rage in general, I like to classify it as like coming to a crossroad, a crossroad where you have two paths to take. You have a choice, you have an option. And the first option, and I'm not just talking about lifting, like with rage, when, you've been not just kicked, you haven't just been punched. Being kicked or being punched, that causes anger. But rage occurs through constant repetition, through being beaten, being tortured, being spit on, being just destroyed to where you have nothing left. And you reach this crossroad where you can either make a decision that is going to negatively affect you or others around you and ultimately be destructive in choices that you make, or you can take this path where you take these raw emotions or this rage and you turn it and flip it and put it towards something that is ultimately going to benefit you, and put it towards something that you would otherwise be enjoying if you weren't absorbed by this emotion that you're feeling. And it's weird because I've become acquainted with using that type of a feeling. Like at 24 years old, I can confidently say that I've been through and I've seen things in my life and done things in my life that people will go their entire lives lacking and without seeing. And as a result of that, like my experiences and things that I've seen and been through, it's given me a small advantage because I've learned to use these emotions, all across the spectrum. I've learned to use them and utilize them in a way that it's going to benefit me. And I put those emotions into my passions, and my passions, of course, are the lifting, the bodybuilding, breaking down muscle tissue to rehabilitate, recuperate, and grow. And I love the reward that comes as a result of that. That diligence that you really have to create and hold yourself accountable for. So that's really, where I'm at before going into a set. It's based on where I am on that day. It's based on how I'm feeling, what emotions are running through my body, and where my mind is, like what's happened throughout the week leading up to this very workout, what's happened throughout the day, what frustrations have added up, or what good things have happened to make me want to go in and converse with friends, have a spotter with me, have a lifting partner. These are all things that I'm constantly experiencing on a day-to-day basis, and you have to really learn to read yourself. You have to learn to read into your body and, really ask yourself, what do I feel like today? What am I feeling? What emotions are running through me right now? And I feel like people, if they learn to utilize their emotions in a more beneficial way, achieving, goals that you have and ambitions that you've created for yourself, it will become that much easier to reach those goals as a result of you learning more about yourself. So today, I'm in a good place. It's like a calculated aggressiveness that I'm going to have. And, it's weird. It's like the weather, impacts me a lot. Today is a very drab day here in Michigan. It's raining outside and it's just gray. When you look out the windows, it's very gray today. So I'm going to play it by ear, get under the bench press, and I'm going to see what I can do today. I'm not going to promise I'm hitting PRs or anything, but I'm going to follow my routine, and I'm going to push and push until I get through this routine, because it's going to take some time. It's going to be a very high volume session. But yeah, you guys, I got to go to the bathroom, get the rest of my gym bag and my gym equipment together, and I will check in with you guys in a bit.
Alright, never mind. Sounds like CeeLo.
so dark in here. It's always dark. Alright, gotta let my puppies out. So here we have our stereotypical post-workout meal. Just a couple of eggs, turkey bacon, and some toast. And once again, I have like no appetite right now. So I am really gonna have to force myself to eat this. It shouldn't be too much of a problem. I mean, it's not like it's an enormous amount of food. In about an hour, I will more than likely have my post-workout shake as well, like a protein shake. It's not really a post-workout shake, but my huge 1,000 calorie shake. I'll show it to you guys here in a little bit. I've showed you how I made that in a vlog not too long ago. So let me go ahead and eat this meal, and I'll check in soon enough. Hey, Christmas babies. What do my pretty girls do? Are you two pretty girls? Want a treat? Let's go get a treat. Come on. Can you speak? Can you speak? Speak! What was that? Bella, speak! Want a treat? Who wants a treat? Bella, speak! Boo, these are not for you even slightly. Who wants a treat? Can you speak? Say howl! Can you howl? Whoa, that was at the same time. Howl, say woo! Oh, good girls. Here you go. Good. How do you guys like my office setup here in this rocking chair? It's pretty nice, isn't it? So I've got 2 voiceovers that I just completed, and I have a YouTube video uploading right now. It's a chest workout with my friend Noah. It should be up by the time you guys see this video, at least. I'm pretty positive it will be uploaded by then. I've yet to make the thumbnail. I'm going to have to get creative with the title, get something clickbaity, put something together, as well as make up that thumbnail and then post to my social media. I just need to shower really bad right now. As long as I, come home, eat, and then get into the shower right away, or in this case, I'm going to take a bath. As long as I bathe myself right away, I don't ever seem to break out. But there's times where I'll come home and I'll get some of this, editing done, squared away, and I'll have to do some housework or whatever, and I'll wait to shower, and that's when I find my skin will start to break out and everything. But I'm not genetically known to break out too often to begin with, which is nice. So I think I'm going to go and make my shake. I'll show you guys that as the completed product, and then I'm going to get into the bathtub right now. So to give you an idea of what I'm weighing, keep in mind I have clothes on and stuff right now. I'm coming around 203, 205 every single morning that I wake up, and that's, of course, on an empty stomach. So right now, I don't know, after eating, I'm still only weighing around 205, so I don't know, I'm probably a little bit lighter today as a result of not eating anywhere near enough yesterday. But yeah, I'm going to get my shake in me right now. I wasn't really that hungry. I didn't struggle to eat so much, those eggs and turkey bacon, but, my shake is definitely a lot easier to get down with the straw and everything. It just, as simple as chugging it, that's what I try to do. It's going to really be a struggle later tonight, though, when Tara comes home and presumably makes dinner. I think she said she's going to make chicken breast tonight. And that is when I've really been, struggling to get my food in. It's towards the evening. And it's usually the opposite for me. I can typically eat all throughout the night, past midnight even. And at times I'll wake up during the night and even eat and have a meal then. So I'm going to go ahead and make my shake. I'll show you the final product, and then it's time to bathe. I always let the girls lick the spoon of the peanut butter after making my shake. That baby get right there, Bella, always runs up to it, and she puts her paws up there and just waits and whines because she knows that the peanut butter's out every time I get it out of the cupboard. So I'll be honest with you guys, this shake is not quite 1,000 calories today because I forgot that I had ran out of cookies and cream ice cream, and I usually put a few scoops in there. So we're running a little short. I threw in another raw egg and a couple more ice cubes just to make it a little bit thicker in consistency. So yeah, you guys, this is the secret to your success right here. So I still haven't showered, and I just got back home from going to my brother-in-law's house, and letting out his dogs for him because he's not going to be home until super late. And Tara's home. Tara, say hi to YouTube.
Hi.
Are you excited to be like put on the spot like this?
No.
Are you making chicken for dinner?
Yeah.
And can we have rice with it?
Sure.
Cool. Show everyone your new decoration you got from work. They make fun of her and they had a sticky note on it that said, what did it say?
Hi, my name is Tara.
They said it looks like her. I see a resemblance. Just a little bit. Get yourselves a woman who can cook you bodybuilder friendly meals. We've got some chicken breast here, seasoned with a bunch of stuff that Tara, I don't know, she's a professional over here. Some chicken flavored rice, followed by some vegetables. I'll make probably 2 meals out of this, along with Tara eating tonight. We'll have to see. The night is still very young. I'm sure I'll probably have another 3 or 4 meals by the end of the night.